everybody. This is Gary Trendle, Chair of the Hopkinton Planning Board, and I have a brief update from our January 23rd, 2023 meeting. Our agenda was largely administrative. We did have one public hearing that we continued, and that is for the trails over at Legacy North. That project has been a bit of a challenge for us, as they've had to make a number of changes that have not previously been reviewed or approved by the planning board or our representative subject matter experts, but we're hopeful that we'll see them at our next meeting. On the administrative front, we had several A&Rs. We had a couple of discussions around town meeting articles, and we also established 3 goals for our planning board in 2023, and I'd like to share those. The first is to put together a plan to help Hopkinton maintain or stay above our 10% threshold of affordable housing. Preliminary estimates show that our percentage of affordable housing stock is creeping closer and closer to 10%. It's somewhere between 10.4 and 10.9% at this point in time. And as a group, we certainly want to avoid the risk of unfriendly 40Bs and the implications that can have to our town. So as a group, goal number 1 is to establish some strategy and process to help us maintain the right mix of affordable housing stock and really avoid those 40Bs. The second goal for us is building a strategy for the new requirements that are coming our way with regards to MBTA communities. This is something we've talked some about, and we're still in the process of fleshing out details from the state, but we know that the state is pushing very hard to get communities near train stations to build much denser housing. That housing can be located anywhere in the town. And while we don't need to actually build for it, we do need to zone for it if we want to maintain current level of funding coming in from the state. So another complex topic, and we've got some time. It doesn't need to be we don't need to have our plans in place until the end of 2024, but certainly a priority for us to flesh out this year. And then the third objective for us is a continuation of a previous objective, and that's to build out a comprehensive pedestrian connectivity plan. This is something that we've already begun some work, and we have some preliminary town meeting articles coming up this year, but we want to make sure that we're looking holistically at the non-vehicular modes of transportation in town and how we can ensure that people can walk and run and jog safely and you know, in an enjoyable environment and routes. So stay tuned for more, but I think that's another great objective for us. With regards to the administrative items, as I mentioned, we had 2 approval not required. One of these was at 7 Morris Lane over by Lake Whitehall, and we previously had a public hearing on some changes to that family subdivision plan that were approved a couple of decades ago. So that was recommended for endorsement. The second is on 52 School Street, which is on the corner of School Street and Main Street. The objective of splitting that lot into 2, and that was also a unanimous vote of endorsement. On the town meeting articles, we have street acceptance for Box Mill Road over by the over near the middle school. That project is now complete, and given that that is through a subdivision from the town, we are moving that town article forward to accept the street and transition it over to the town. And we have an easement acceptance for 77 South Street. This is a new commercial building that was built, and there is some component of community stormwater management that is on their site that requires an easement. So that is another one that we are recommending for town meeting article. Over at 69 Franklin Road, which is the previous Liberty Mutual property, they in the process of clearing the land, they found some additional Native American artifacts, and the applicant, in an effort to maintain and preserve those, has actually made some minor modifications to their plans to accommodate that. So for the planning board, it was a function of determining if their proposed changes were minor in nature, and the board voted that they were in fact minor in nature, which means that they can move forward with approval from town hall without having to go through another hearing process. And then we had minutes approvals and some quick liaison updates from our other boards. So that was our meeting in a nutshell. If you have any questions about it, you can always reach out to me. So thank you for listening and have a great week.